Aries, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for late July, early August 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business, as always, and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's going on for the lovely Aries collective. What's going on with the Rams here? My guides, talk to me. What's up with my friends? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But here we go. Let's get this started real quick. Yeah, the deck is wanting to talk to you already. The cards are trying to fly out. Let's see what we got for the Aries collective, please, my gods. What do you got for us here? Yeah, usually the card pops out quick, and there it is. Okay, so we have this beautiful, dreamy type of energy here, which I always link to water sign type of energy, sometimes air, but I do find this intriguing. Either you might have a lot on your mind, it's very imaginative. There's a lot of little archetypes that link into this first card, but a lot of it is pointed at the mental. Now, before we really dive into that, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the August subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know, I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading, let's talk about it. So when we look here at the imagery, you see this beautiful, etheric, colorful background, this woman here, there's hot air balloons. It's very dreamlike. It's very nonsensical in a sort of way. So when I see this, I think imagination type of energy, similar to like the Four of Cups, Seven of Cups type of vibe, where you might just be in your head a lot or thinking. You might have a lot of really good ideas. That's the bonus with this energy, is that if you have an active mind, active imagination, you might be coming up with good ideas that you might want to bring into the material world. But for some of you, this could just represent overthinking. You might be caught in your head. You might need some sort of outlet. Now, with this card, I also do link it to the dream state a little bit. You might be having interesting or wild dreams in this time. Spirit might be trying to talk to you through things like that. But generally, when I see an overabundance of imaginative energy, I always say it's good to express yourself, express your emotions. You might need some sort of outlet when this card shows up. So we're just going to place it off to the side. As I always say, that doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a footnote. Let's get into tarot now. I'm going to get you 3 cards in the upright, then we'll get that intuitive juiciness flowing. So let's shuffle it up here one time for you, Aries. Let's see what we got, my gods. What's up with Aries here as we move into August? So while we get the cards ready, let's talk about last week's reading. Interesting for us, because as a lot of you know, I'm an Aries Sun, Venus, Mercury. I'm part of the collective. The reading was titled A Big Clash. And I didn't necessarily feel like it was Aries clashing with everyone around them, but there could have been a lot of people either verbally clashing, egos clashing, just things coming to a head of some sort. So we're going to hope that we get some more harmonious energy this week. It is what it is. As you know, energy is very fluid, never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we might be seeing your vibe or someone you're linked to. Let's get you 3 cards. What do we got for Aries, please? What do we got as we move into Leo season? Okay, yeah, so here's that mental type of energy. We have the 8 of Swords. We'll see how it all plays out. I really don't want to get too much more into this just yet. I mean, that could be a little anxious. You might be feeling cornered or trapped in some sort of way. Let's not go there just yet. Okay, we got the Queen of Swords. So as I was saying, the mental energy is showing up heavy. We have 2 cards of the sword suit. All right, let's get one more out here. And we'll really start to piece this all together. What do we got for Aries, please? I mean, the Queen of Swords is very stern in her ways. Yeah, here's that fire linking us right here on the back end. So we have the Ace of Wands, which to me, Aries, could represent some sort of good result or something ending in a better way. But as you know, I always say when it comes to fire and air, it could be very volatile. But let's go through. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, and we'll get into that juicy, intuitive stuff. So at first glance, when I look down, like I was already speaking about, we noticed 2 cards of the air suit. Air generally represents one's mind state, the inner world. It could also represent communication and talking. Same could be said with aces. Swords are one of those suits of the inner, a lot going on the inside. Wands are an expression of the outer. So when we get to this back end, like there might be something that's in the mental realm right now that could come rushing out. But let's go through one by one. Position number 1, the 8 of Swords, okay? Imagery is a little scary, if I do say so myself. The person blindfolded, surrounded by swords. All cards are a double-edged sword. They have positive meanings. They also have some challenges that we can overcome. When I see this card, it is an imprisoned type of energy, so you might be feeling cornered, you might have cabin fever, you might need to get out and stretch your wings in some sort of way. You might be wanting to break free from something with a card like this. Notice she has a blindfold, so that does always indicate some sort of mystery to me. But a big thing with this card is anxiousness, nervousness, anxiety, someone's mind state, trapped in the mind. Okay, good thing about this energy is that it's very fleeting, is that it can be moved forth from very quickly. So it's here 1 second, gone the next. But notice how we are getting this big link to the mind. So we're just going to place that here and we'll see what's up. Whether that's you or somebody else, they could be like a little wound tight. Now moving to the center, we have the Queen of Swords. This could just represent an air sign that you're linked to, right? The Queen of Swords, so we're talking Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. When I see the Queen of Swords, I always say she is straightforward, no nonsense, to the point. There's no BS. Like, there is no pulling punches with the Queen of Swords. She's determined, she's analytical, she's plan-based, so maybe this is an energy you're stepping into, but she's watching something here. Now, a rougher side of the Queen of Swords is it could represent somebody that's a little bit cold, so your feelings might be turning cold towards someone or something. I always say she is very stern and serious, so when she shows in a reading, if this doesn't represent a person, whether you're taking something serious or something serious is going on, this could be represented with her. Okay, as long as it's like not too hurtful or too cold. So let's just place her down right back in the center. Now, as we move to the back end, we got the Ace of Wands. So here comes in that fire to mix in with all this air energy. All aces are generally perceived as good cards, opportunities, a new beginning. But the way I saw this going, like a lot of the thought-based planning, this is some sort of action being taken to me, the way the energy flows throughout this. So we have all this inner buildup, build-up into this action or this expression. Now the Ace of Wands is that embodiment of the fire, our passion, our drive, our desires. This is an energy we're very comfortable as Aries, right? Like this is something that we can fully embrace and be about it. When I see the Ace of Wands, it could also represent sexuality in some sort of way, so you might be a little turned up in that realm, or this could be someone perceiving you as very good looking or attractive. But when this card shows up to me, generally it's a card of taking action or making a move. And with all this fire, air, like there could be some explosive energies about. But with all that being said, I really want to dive deeper on it, Aries. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for you, my friends. Let's reset this deck. See what we could get from my Aries collective, please. And yes, my friends, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Swords here. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Aries, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. Okay, Eight of Swords. What is Eight of Swords here, please? Thank you. Okay. Yeah, this could be someone really ignoring their intuition here. You could be being affected by energies, situations, and things that you can't quite perceive with the five senses. We have the High Priestess in reverse. So for some of you, maybe there is some sort of some water sign. I always link the High Priestess to water signs, specifically Pisces, but with her, there is someone who could be very stressed out in that realm, someone who's very nervous. They could be keeping it within when we have the High Priestess in reverse. So I feel like it's either one or the other. If you're going through a rough time, there might be certain energies or things affecting you that you can't quite perceive with the five senses. It is going to move forward quickly. This could be an energetic warning of sorts, that just keep yourself grounded, stay energetically protected in this time. But if it's not that, she is a card of emotion as well, of mystery. I do feel like this could be someone who could be going through a tough time and they're not letting it on. So the anxiety, the nervousness, all that stuff. But just watch water signs in this time. There could be a water sign that's going through a tough one. We're going to keep moving because I don't feel like this is the crux of the reading. I want to see how the rest of this plays out. But generally, the High Priestess in reverse, just watch it for the energies that are affecting you, okay? Whether it's something from the past or something you're going through, you might want to lock down your energy here because there could be something affecting you in a way that's hard to perceive. So let's go in on that Queen of Swords. If not, like I said, it's someone who's going through a tough time and they're trying to hide it. So the anxiety, stress, and nervous. So why is that Queen of Swords here? because she could be a card of communication. Once again, I've been seeing that a lot for Aries in recent weeks. So why is the Queen of Swords here? Once again, like with the High Priestess, that's another card of the inner world. So we have a lot of inner stuff happening here. Half of the reading so far is all the inner world. Okay, this is good. Making a change. Okay, this to me completely feels like someone saying, you know what, I need to make a change, or I'm going to make a change, and it's time to make it happen. So for a lot of you, you could be getting very serious about making some sort of life change in this time. We have the Magician, who is the exact bookend to this High Priestess. They're very similar energies. We have the Divine Feminine, the Divine Masculine. Now, when I see the Magician, once again, the unseen energies could be affecting you, but I feel like you could really turn them for your favor. The Magician is all about creating, manifesting, and changing things. It's an energetic conduit. So under a card like the Queen of Swords, like a lot of you could be getting ready to make some sort of serious change in your life, whether it's through work, whether it's interpersonal relationships, your own schedule. There is something that you might be getting very serious about, saying, you know what, this needs to change, or I need to adjust this, and I'm going to make it happen one way or another, because we do see this outer expression happening on the end, which I really can't wait to get over to that to see what the final result is. Okay, so whatever it is, if there has been something stressing you or getting to you in some sort of way, you might really resolve to say, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not stressing it. It's time to make a move here. Okay, that's just the vibe I'm picking up, Aries. So let's get in on that Ace of Wands. Good card. I would say that that feels positive to me. I'll just put it out there like that, especially with the masculine, feminine bookend energy we got happening. Let's see what's up with that Ace of Wands, then we'll do a quick recap before we get into the shadow card. And for a lot of you, even if like these particular things aren't quite resonating right now, just know that in the coming week or 2 weeks even, you might really get a burst of, you know, like, I need to switch something up here. Okay, there's a big burst of motivation I'm feeling. So let's go in on that Ace of Wands before we do our recap. So what's up with that ace? Thank you. Hey, we got our good friend, the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard, chilling here underneath this Ace of Wands, and I feel like that is very good. Whatever you do, whatever you decide to do, or whatever it is that you might be planning on changing, could make you very emotionally content in this time. So much romance here on the back end as well. I know I don't normally just do love readings, but I'm getting a big content feeling and a little lovey-dovey on the back end, so a lot of you could be very much emotionally or romantically expressive in this time. Now, the King of Cups represents control of one's emotional state. Big in love readings, so it could talk about love being in a situation. Big water sign connections in this reading with the King and the High Priestess. But when we see this King of Cups, it's just one's emotional state. I do see an action being taken, whatever it is that someone is resolving to make a change about, whatever actions they're planning on making. I'm seeing a really good result. Even if you're cross-watching here, and this represents you or even your Aries, I'm getting a good result in the end. So whatever this buildup, whatever this stress, whatever this action and change, I'm seeing a very positive result with this King of Cups underneath this Ace of Wands. And just know, yeah, a lot of Aries, especially if you've been having trouble with an Aries, if you're a cross-watcher, they might be a little more lovey-dovey than normal. They might be a little softer around the edges, right? I know as an Aries myself, we get a bit of a reputation for being a little hard-headed, a little aggressive sometimes. This tells me that they might be much more prone to be nicer or play nice, okay? But I am getting a very positive result, so this could be a win in the end or a payoff. We'll leave it at that. Let's go through and do a quick recap here, Aries. Good reading, and then we'll get into the shadow card. But if you kindly look in the box, position number 1, we have the Eight of Swords with the High Priestess in reverse. To me, I did say there might be certain things affecting you or have been affecting you that are more of like on the energetic level. You can't quite perceive it with the 5 senses, so make sure you're protecting yourself energetically. This could be a water sign you might be having difficulty with, but aside from that, this is someone who could be very much stressed, anxious, nervous, and they're trying to suppress it, not show it to the outside world. That's the vibe I was getting. Now, as we move to the center, we have the Queen of Swords with the Magician in the upright, someone getting very serious about making a change or making a switch. Like, okay, I've had enough of this, I've had enough of that. It's time to start kicking the wheels into motion and making this happen. So a lot of you could be very much motivated in the coming week. Moving to the back end, we have the Ace of Wands with the King of Cups in the upright. There is a very positive result at the end of something, at the end of a switch or a change or whatever situation you might be going through. Whatever actions are taken have a very positive result. So there could be a big win or a payoff on the end. Beautiful. Please take a screenshot. Sounds good to me, right? Let's get a shadow card for you, Aries. Lovely, lovely. As we move on into Leo season, which is good because if you have major Aries placements as the sun moves into Leo, one of its power positions, that's going to affect all your Aries placements in a positive way. So let's see what we got. What's in the shadows for Aries, please, my gods. And I always like to pull this shadow card at the very end. I feel like it's a nice way to top off a reading, do a little introspection, whether it's something within yourself that you've been dealing with for a while, maybe it's something you don't quite see. Okay. Yeah, we have the Empress here. So I'm kind of picking up a similar vibe to what we had with this Eight of Swords in the very beginning, like this little smothered, cornered type of feeling, because the Empress is usually very good. And we could take this as a double message. The fact that this is in the shadows, a lot of you might just need to hear whatever it is you're going through can turn out very well and have a very positive result. The Empress can represent any Venus alignment. So we're talking Taurus, we're talking Libra, maybe other earth signs are sprinkled in, but she is the goddess. So when I see her, it's a very mothering, loving, bountiful type of energy normally, but as a shadow card, it could also represent somebody who is not flexible, someone that is not willing to change, somebody that is stubborn in some sort of way. So these are energies that we need to watch out for in this time, not resisting some sort of change or not feeling smothered in some sort of way. But I will also say, since she is a huge card of blessings, this could be a very positive omen that it shows up as a shadow card. So Aries, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details of the August subscriber surprise. For the August subscriber surprise, I'll be picking 3 winners for 3 different tarot decks. It will be a winner's choice this month. So if you want the Gilded Tarot, it's your choice. If you want the Witch's Tarot or anything under $40 US, 3 winners will be chosen. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed, which I'm sure you already are. And second, let me know down in the comments what you think is the best use for tarot. Speaking to spirit, shadow work, inner work, confusion, you'll be entered to win. And at the end of the month in August, I'll announce the winners in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love. I'll see you soon.